Village of Lincoln Heights Committee of the Whole is now in session. Today's date is December 28th, 2020. The time is now 6:37. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey,
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Present.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Present.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter. No response. Councilwoman Phyllis Baber. You're muted.
I'm present.
Thank you. Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell. No response. Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Present.
We have 5 who are present, 2 who are absent. We do have a quorum.
All right, first on the agenda is old business on the standing committee's year-end goals and calendar of goals and events for 2021. So I know a couple of the committees will be meeting next week. So I figured that would be a good time for when you did meet that you can all, have a discussion on what you would like 2021 to look like. And so when we do have our meeting, the second meeting, the first meeting in January, for those who have already met, you all can give us that information at the next meeting, the first meeting in January, on what goals that you would like to have. And then that way, myself and Ms. Randolph can go ahead and start forming the calendar of what you would like and your timelines on things that you would like 2021 to look like. Any questions? Yes, Vice Mayor.
That's a great idea, Mayor, and I want to thank you for letting committee members know ahead of time that you would want these things for the calendar. And I know you're crunching time to get that calendar done, and I really want it done as well. But do you think that maybe it should be after their first meeting in January, since it'll be like the first one of the year, so it can be finalized? I don't chair a committee, but I'm thinking I don't remember all of them getting like 3 goals, committed to 3 goals, but it may have been.
Yeah, that's why I told them that, because I know there's 2 meetings next week. And so the following week will be for those committees to report. Finance and safety, they won't give their information to the second meeting in January. So that gives them this week, they'll have their discussion, and then they won't have to give us anything till the first week in January, which that may be about January. Let me see, what does that look like? January 8th.
They may be ready,
January
though.
11th. Yeah.
I don't know.
So, yeah, so it looks like Law and Economic Development, they have a meeting on the 4th. And so after they have their discussion, they can report out on the 11th on what 2021 looks like. And then on January 18th is Safety and Finance. After their discussions, then they'll bring out what they're planning to do at the January 25th meeting. So I wanted to let them know now, so they know what to discuss, or they may want to discuss when they have their meetings. Yes, Ms. Key.
Madam Chair, thank you. So I did start, I went and saw the clerk, and she reminded me that you had asked for our goals. And so I did start listing out my goals, but mine don't necessarily have any dates as far as activities. Mine are more foundational items that we want to see the village to have as a whole when it comes to recruiting businesses, maintaining businesses, neighborhood improvement and things like that. So they won't necessarily have any activity calendar items, but we will, after we meet, we'll set some timelines as far as when we like to see some of these things accomplished. So would that be useful for you? Is that what you're looking for from us? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I already have so I'll share mine out, because a lot of it will have to do with Miss Powdrill's calendar. So that way she can have some early notice on what it is that we're looking for. And then she can help put that calendar together as well for us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Ms. Powdrill.
Yes, that would be helpful for me to see economic development, because when I think of my 2021 plan from a global perspective for the village, I think economic development is, and I think this is based upon what I'm hearing from council, economic development is a top priority as I prioritize the opportunities in the work for 2021. So having that conversation, I think we're probably going to be aligned perfectly in the area around residential and commercial development, as well as business retention. So I will share with you what I have as well, so we can kind of condense that and set some metrics, goals over the next 12 months that where we want to be come 2022, so we can start to implement and execute. So thank you.
Sounds good. Okay. Anyone else want to elaborate or anything on their committee? All right. Okay. So then that leaves new business. First reading of resolution 2020 R44, resolution requesting the Ohio Director of Transportation to proceed with the highway improvement project, commonly known as Safe Routes to School, and authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Ohio Director of Transportation for the improvement project. This particular resolution, after talking over with the solicitor Desai, he is recommending that we do just a first reading on this. And so that will give Ms. Powdrill enough time to come up to speed and go over the information along with us, because it's a lot of information, but it does talk about the Safe Routes to School. And so we're just going to do a first reading, if that's okay, depending on the pleasure of council, what you would like to do on this.
Madam
Yes,
Chair.
Ms. Key.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think that would be great to do a first reading. It was a lot to kind of absorb, and I apologize. I've been under the weather here recently, but I did ask Ms. Pope, and she was able to, or I asked Ms. Powdrill and Ms. Pope, and they were able to send that out. And that was the maps that correspond with this legislation, as well as the information of the lots that were, the easements that were obtained. I am a firm believer that all those type of documents should all come together in a piece of legislation to tell the full story of what took place. So I would be asking for an exhibit B and C to be added to this particular legislation with those two documents attached as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any other question regarding resolution R44? Okay.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I am here, but I will be listening to you all for a while until I get myself together.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All righty. I got you clocked in.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
All righty. Ms. Randolph, let the record show 644
Yes, ma'am.
for Ms. Charles Jeter. Thank you. All right, so the next reading is the first reading of resolution number 2020 R45, resolution authorizing Joyce Powdrill as a signer on the U.S. Bank National Association account connected with the general fund account for the village. Any question? Okay, so Ms. Pope did inform us what we need to do, and so we'll look for the legislation that is normally given to the bank, and she's gonna find out if we have to go personally there, but I think it may be just a legislation move, but the bank will let her know. I know with the Patriot Act, they have certain criteria for as identification, so they will let her know. Yes, Ms. Pope?
It said general fund. It probably should say general operating account, because that includes all the funds, not just the general fund.
Okay, so we may need to amend
You might
that.
need to just add general operating fund.
Instead, slash the fund and put operating instead.
You can put general operating fund because that, all of the funds. go
Oh,
through
okay, I
that.
got you.
Yeah, not just the
Okay.
general fund.
Okay, so we'll be making a motion on that to change that to general operating fund account.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
just for a point of reference, if we can go back for 1 minute to the resolution 44, since we're probably just going to do the first reading. So basically we should make a motion on how we want to hear it and then vote on that motion, hear it, and then we won't make a motion to suspend the rules. Is that correct?
Right, we're not gonna do any of that.
No suspending the
Just
rules. So we'll
first
make a
reading,
motion, first
hear
reading,
it.
and we'll go on.
Yes.
Okay, got it. And then on the second one, when should we make that motion? Before we ask how we want to hear it or to add operating fund? Do you?
You can add, we can do the amendment, right before we,
When you ask us, what is our pleasure?
well, no, when we want to amend the agenda, we can go ahead and make the motion to amend the agenda and make those changes.
Got it.
Okay. All righty, thank you.
Mayor,
Yes, Vice Mayor.
I'm looking through my emails and I don't see that resolution. I see the one with the blank. I seen that one and I think 46. So I need that resent to me, please.
Ms.
We can't find
Randolph,
it.
are you able to send it or you want me to send it? I think 44. Yes, ma'am. We can't hear you.
I apologize. Resolution 44 and 45 were sent together in the same email. So, and I think that was either Thursday or Friday. I would have to get onto the
The
villages.
23rd. Is that the one with?
It should have been the
authorizing.
23rd.
I don't have it. Can I just have it again, please?
Mayor, can you send it? Because I would have to sign on to the.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and send it. I have it right here.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, and then the next one is the first reading of resolution number 2020 R46, the annual 2021 permanent appropriation resolution. Any questions on the resolution? Okay, Vice Mayor, let me find this so you can have this to look at.
Still looking for it, but I think it was on the 23rd because I do remember seeing it. I just couldn't pull it up to look at it right then and there instead of searching through 45 email. We can keep it moving. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you sure? Okay, I'll send that to you before we start the other meeting, so you can have time to look it over. Okay, all right. All right, so no questions for the 2020 permanent appropriation. Ms. Pope, you want to speak on that before we have questions on it?
So that is our 2021 appropriations. What he sent you was what I had sent you guys, the general fund and the way that I send the files to the county. So what I'm going to send down to the county once you approve the appropriation is starting from page 7. They don't need those first six pages. That is our worksheets and our statements. They just need page 7 through 10.
Okay, any questions regarding the appropriation resolution? So Ms. Pope, after it's voted on You would need a signature and we need to have it sent by tomorrow, before the 31st.
Before the 31st.
Okay, I just
So
want to
when
make
you
sure it's
sign
not,
it, I'll just email it down to Tammy Dis to the auditor's office.
okay. I'll get that. Oh, okay, that sounds good. All right. If there's no questions, any more questions regarding the appropriation resolution? Yes, Vice Mayor.
Ms. Pope, is there any way that when you send that you can get a confirmation that it was received?
Yes.
You know how, because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I can put a message on there for them to, when they open it, it comes back to me.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. If there's nothing further, any miscellaneous business? Must be, is everyone recovering for Christmas? I think so. I'm still recovering. Okay. No miscellaneous business. Well, if there's no miscellaneous business, is there a motion for adjournment till our 7:30 meeting?
So moved.
Second.
There's, okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No. See you all in 30 minutes.
Matthew?
30 minutes.
Matthew?
Yeah, it's only 6:53. Thumbs up.
Matthew, can you make sure that we're no longer going live, or how do we do that?
Can you put the screen up, Matthew?
Sorry, I did not unmute myself. Yes, I can put the screen up. I cannot stop it from going live without it
Yeah.
completely ending.
Well,
But yes,
Okay.
I will put the screen up. Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
Matthew.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Mute yourselves.
Hi, Miss Mitchell.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
Huh.
you landed safely?
Yeah, I sure did. Just got in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tired.
Yeah,
So
we're still live. We're still live. We're still live.
okay.
We
So
just
are you?
have to.
So are we clear with the budget?
If you have questions, you're gonna have to go ahead and ask your questions. But yes,
Okay. So is the committee of the whole still going on?
no, ma'am. We're waiting
Oh.
for 7:30 for the council meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Were there any questions about the budget acts?
There were no questions.
Right.
Did you have questions, Miss Mitchell?
I guess I got a couple questions about the code enforcement position.
Okay.
And we didn't add anything to the contingency. I mean, I know you suggested that we raise the attorney's fees, but then Ms. Childs Jeter suggested that we raise the contingency. So those are two separate, as she said, but still there was no extra put in the contingency. I guess my main concern is.
It wasn't in what Ms. Pope sent to us? I'll pull that back up.
Her explanation was that the $5,000 was added to the legal fees. Okay, as you suggested, and then, but Ms. Jeter had suggested adding something for the contingency, and she felt that wasn't enough. So, and so the $10,000 for service, that's because of Lincoln Heights Day. Why it's not the same?
I'm sorry, Ms. Mitchell, I was
Oh, that's
responding.
okay.
Okay, what did you say again?
So I said the extra $2,000 for overtime, is that a Lincoln Heights Day projection? I don't know if you read her email, her response to my questions.
I'm going back over it now. That's what I'm looking at now.
Number 8. I'll be right back. I gotta go get the my budget.
Jeannie, I had added a total of 10,000 to service department for overtime. We originally talked about 8,000, so I increased it to 10,000. Ms. Mitchell,
Yes, ma'am.
I increased the service department overtime from 8,000 to 10,000. And that's for overtime, including overtime for Lincoln Heights Day.
Okay.
And I added 5,000 to legal for it was 80,000. We changed it to 85.
Right, and then Miss Jeter had
And Ms. Poe,
requested to do to add for contingency.
Ms. Mitchell, you want to wait till we resume? That way those important questions can be typed in the minutes as well, since we're waiting to start.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
Can I repeat a classic line today I heard? Y'all
If it's
listen.
clean,
Yeah.
if it's clean.
Oh, it's clean. It's clean. So the house has the $2,000 check, right?
Oh, it ain't clean.
So
Go ahead.
Ayanna Presley said, Mitch better have my money.
Oh, Lord, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Mitch better have it.
My money.
Oh, boy.
Feels good starting on time.
The Steelers must not be playing today.
I'm gonna stay muted.
That's okay. All right, Matthew, we're ready.
All righty, I'm going to drop my screen. You guys are welcome to start.
The Village of Lincoln Heights regular council meeting is now in session. Today's date, Monday, December 28th. The time is 7:30. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
She's muted.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Councilman Durance Daniels.
Present.
Thank you. Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Present.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Present.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Present.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Present.
We have 7 who are present. We do have a quorum.
Okay. Dear gracious eternal Father, we want to thank you today for putting us in this place. Lord, I ask you to touch each and every one of our council members and our administrative department that will be able to make decisions to better the Village of Lincoln Heights. Lord, we know that we'll be able to agree to disagree, but we ask you, Lord, to touch each and every one of us to do the business of the Village of Lincoln Heights. We ask you, Lord, to touch our residents, Lord. Lord, we have residents that, Lord, that have heavy hearts. We've had residents that have passed on. Lord, we ask you to watch over the Village of Lincoln Heights as we go through the turmoils. But Lord, we know you have a brighter day at the end of the tunnel, Lord. Lord, we ask you we just want to thank you, Lord, for all that you have done and all that you will continue to do to bless the Village of Lincoln Heights and the elected officials. And all these blessings I ask in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 All right. Okay. I did want to, before we go into acceptance of the agenda, just to let you know that Mr. Desai had a family emergency, and that's why he will not be in attendance today. Okay. Is there a motion for the acceptance of the agenda?
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. Next is the filing of the journal. On A in your agenda, there was a correction that we needed to make. So I will be making a motion for a previous meeting due to the first meeting, the first motion was not listed, was not heard. Ms. Randolph, as she was correcting and doing our minutes, she noticed that a second motion was made. So we'll be making a motion to redo the minutes for November 23rd. Correction is needed for a motion made for the filing of the journal for committee of the whole meeting minutes and the regular council meeting minutes of November 23rd. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? No nays. Motion in order for committee of the whole meeting minutes from December 14th, 2020, and regular council meeting minutes for December 14th, 2020.
Motion to accept the council meeting minutes and committee of the whole minutes for December, was it 14th? I'm sorry. Yes, December 14th, 2020, pending any correction.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. Announcements. Councilman Daniels?
Yeah, just 2 quick ones. I just want to thank once again the council members and then just all the village residents as well who are gracious enough to donate to the toy drive. This is our second toy drive again, and those that came out and helped, Ms. Councilwoman McKee, and then our Councilman Linda Childs Jeters specifically. And I also want to thank Cincy Brewery for opening our doors to us to celebrate the Lincoln Heights Tigers and their successful football season as well. Also, and this is just amongst us as council members, I just want to make an announcement to you all. I talked to Ms. Jeannie about it. If you know anybody, they have to own their home, who may have some trouble or may not have a heating unit or AC unit, just let me know. Somebody's been gracious enough to help our residents, make sure that they can help out in that way. So please just let me know, or we just, but those are my two announcements. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilman Daniels. I want to apply toy drive. I was able to see the pictures, and I just want to thank you. This is your second year, right, doing the toy drive? So thank you for doing that. I know Corman Daniels, they had the Toys for Tots, and I'm glad that you're able to replace what they had that went away. So thank you so much. The village, I know, and the kids really appreciate all that you're doing.
I appreciate it. It's a team effort, and I appreciate the village for opening the doors, allowing us to have a spot for the people can donate toys as well. So there's some folks who haven't came to our village who are actually able to come out, see the village and do those type of things. So thank you, Ms. Joyce and all those who were allowing us to accept some of those toys too. So it was a team effort. So thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Councilwoman Baber, any
No
announcements?
announcements. No announcement.
All right. Any meeting next week you want to announce?
Yeah, we will have the recreation meeting January the 6th at 5:30. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Childs Jeter.
Happy New Year's to everyone.
Okay. Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Thank you, Mayor. Are you able to hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. What happened? Did we lose her? Uh-oh. All right. Looks like we lost her. I'll come back around to her. Hopefully she'll be plugged back in. Okay. Vice Mayor Stinson, any announcement for you?
January 5th at 6 p.m., the Respect My Block Lincoln Heights Diamond Jubilee meeting
Okay.
via Zoom. The link is on our website.
Great. I'm looking for Miss Key. I don't see her yet. Councilwoman Mitchell, any announcement for you?
Mayor, I just want to say Habari Gani. Today is the third day of Kwanzaa, is Ujima, and Ujima means collective work and responsibility, which is how Lincoln Heights incorporated itself. So with that, I say happy Kwanzaa.
Okay. All right. The only announcement I have is I just want to ask everyone to pray for the Matthews and McClendon family, along with some other families within the village. We've had a lot of deaths, and so we want to lift them up in prayer. I don't want to start naming them because I don't want to miss anyone, but I'll just say we want to keep all our residents that are experiencing passing of their loved ones through this holiday season. It has been a tremendous burden, a heavy load for them to endure during the holiday season. So that's the only announcement that I wanted to make so far. Ms. Key.
I'm sorry, Mayor. I had some technical difficulties just for a moment. I'm not quite sure what all that got transmitted, but we will have our economic development meeting on January 4th at 6:30. It will follow right after recreation, I believe recreation. And then just wanted to thank all the organizations that came out to support our village support our families in such a grand way. We appreciate them and wanted to send our Happy New Year's to the residents for the upcoming year. Looking forward to 2021.
Yes, Councilman Daniels.
Small, it's after law. Just wanted to.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you,
small
Mr. Daniels.
Okay, so law is 5:30 and economic is 6:30 for the residents that are watching. Thank you all. Okay, next we have our committee reports. We wasn't sure regarding the law committee reports. So Mr. Daniels, did you want to report at the next council meeting?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So next would be the Recreation Committee report by Ms. Baber.
Thank you, Mayor. Recreation, the meeting was December the 2nd, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. Members present was myself as well as Councilwoman Tanya Keys. The meeting summary, Chair Baber wanted to know what other members would like to do. And we talked about having a virtual Christmas party for the residents. Hope they enjoyed. Village Manager Padrell talked about the event for December the 12th, 2020, about the Memorial Fields and the police grant. And she hoped that the residents would be there. And Councilwoman Keys would like to see Lincoln Heights Day lit up, as well as myself. And then action items, work together to come up with events we can do virtual because the pandemic is still around. And recommendation, talk with the residents to get them involved so that we'll know what they would like to see done. And that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions for Chairman Baber? Okay. All right. Is there a motion to accept the recreation report?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor? Any nays? Ayes have it. Okay. Any old business? Okay. All right. All right. Motion in order for the first reading of resolution number 2020 R44. Resolution requesting the Ohio Director of Transportation to proceed with the Highway Improvement Project, commonly known as Safe Routes to School, and authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Ohio Director of Transportation for the improvement project. This is for a first reading only. What's your pleasure, council?
Moved.
Here by title only.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Councilwoman Key. I'm
You're
in
welcome.
pain. I'm in pain.
I'll
It's been-
second it.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Faber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels, Councilman Durance Daniels. I'll come back. Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Yes.
We have 7 aye votes. The motion passed. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2020-R-44. Resolution requesting the Ohio Director of Transportation to proceed with the Highway Improvement Project, commonly known as Safe Routes to School, and authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Ohio Director of Transportation for the improvement of the project.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
Would this be a time to discuss the items that we'd like to see added or corrected on the legislation?
Um,
Or should we
it
just
was
send, because we're
just
doing
send- just-
title only,
yeah,
just
we're only
send it?
Yeah, just send it because we're just doing a first reading. So we
Okay.
haven't opened it up to do discussion. So that allow us to make the necessary corrections for the next council meeting on that.
Okay, yes, ma'am, I'll send it.
All right. First reading of resolution number 2020 R45, resolution authorizing Joyce Powdrill as the signee on the U.S. Bank National Association account connected with the General Operating Fund, Village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio.
Motion to hear by title only?
Second.
Can I rescind? I need to rescind it just because I'm reading how it's supposed to be, and we're going to have to do a first reading and then amend to make the necessary corrections because that's not how it's listed on here. So can I rescind the motion? Can we rescind the motion?
I rescind my motion.
Okay. All right. Motion in order for the first reading of resolution number 2020 R45, resolution authorizing Joyce Powdrill as a signee of the U.S. Bank National Association account connected with the General Fund account for the village.
Motion, do we want a motion how we want to read it? Or we
No,
want a motion for the correction? Okay, motion to amend.
No, you want to go ahead and just have her read it, and then after she does the first reading of it and reads by title only, then we'll amend it after that.
Okay, I rescind my motion. Motion to hear by title only.
Second.
It's been moved and second to read by title only. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
thank you. Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
thank you. Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree.
Yes.
Okay, we have 7 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2020-R-45. Resolution authorizing Joyce Powdrill as a signer on the U.S. Bank National Association account connected with the General Fund account for the village.
Motion,
To amend.
motion to amend.
Second. Amend to
Okay.
just
The mayor is muted. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Let's take it back. You need to make motion amend and tell them what she wants to edit.
Motion
So motion
to amend the title to read Resolution Authorizing Joyce Powdrill as a signer on the U.S. Bank National Association account connected with the Village Operating Fund account for the Village of Lincoln Heights.
I'll second that.
Okay. It's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 7 aye votes. The motion passed.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
It's been moved in second to suspend the rules of resolution 2020 R45. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
It has 7 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive for,
Let me question. I
sorry.
should have gotten
I know.
questions because I know. Let's get a question. Ms. Mitchell had a question, which I should have asked after the first reading. Is there a question, Ms. Mitchell?
On the budget, on the appropriation.
Oh, that's on the next one. Y'all got me all over the place. We'll get it. We're gonna get
You got
this.
yourself all over the place.
Ah, whatever. Okay, it's one of those days. All right. Motion for passage of resolution 2020 R45.
So moved.
Good.
Second.
Second. It's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 7 aye votes. The motion passes.
Motion to accept the emergency clause.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 7 aye votes. The motion passes.
Motion in order for the first reading of resolution number 2020 R46, annual 2021 permanent appropriation resolution.
Motion to read by title only.
Second.
It's been moved and second to read by title only of resolution 2020 R46. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 7 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2020-R-46, annual 2021 permanent appropriation resolution.
Question.
Yes, so Mayor, I have a couple of questions. So on the operating budget that we received, Ms. Pope, so I don't see anything for health benefits, but yet we have an amount for pension and Medicare, et cetera.
That amount is also included in there. It's 33% of the gross, so, which
Are
includes.
the gross salaries?
Yes, yes.
Okay, but I think would be appropriate to at least show, what we are paying in health benefits. So if you could provide that, I would appreciate it, so that we can see what we are paying in terms of health benefits, in case there's some reason that, we may need to change it. On page 5 of the operating budget, you have you highlighted magistrate to change it from prosecutor. Okay, I thought it was an amount change. Okay. So when we talk about the travel under council, did we include training for the clerk?
Yes.
Okay, and is it included at the same amount for council?
No, it's $1,000.
Okay, if you
Let
go
me
through,
see.
probably need to, I mean, and I guess we can amend it later. But I believe the rules of council state that the clerk of council should get the same amount, especially if they're new. There's some stipulation like that. I don't have my my rules of council or my charter with me. So we may want to look at that so that there's enough for her, you know, to do the training. And of course, it'll probably be virtual, but just the fact that we want to at least put in the amount that it technically should be based on the rules of council. And I think the other question I had regarding the code enforcement, I mean, you had given that explanation in the concerns that I submitted to you. So would the code enforcement position be under the building department?
Yes.
So
Right now it's under CDBG, but if you guys were talking about bringing that position on full time, so anything outside of that $15,000 that CDBG gives us for code enforcement, the general fund will have to pay that difference. So
right.
it'll be under building department.
If we were to hire a code enforcer. So that
The
the money would
portion
be
of their salary would come
right.
out of the building department.
Right, but the position would be under the building department, right? Not under service like it is or like it has been.
Right.
In terms of, okay. Okay, and so my last question is, we have used the high range salary for the salary 2021. I just want to be clear that we're just doing that until we find out what individuals will be paid based on their evaluations. I just want to make sure that we know, right, that at the end of the year, that money might be transferred or it could be done in the middle of the year, but that all of that is not to be spent, correct?
Correct.
So
that would be Ms. Powdrill's call.
So if all of that, may I speak, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
If that would mean the assumption that everybody is doing a stellar job and everybody would get 7%. And we know in reality that is not true. So with that being said, I don't believe all of that will be spent at 7%.
okay.
Oh, wait a minute, Ms. Smith, you said that was your last question. I got
Well, I'm
two
sorry,
hands
I got
up.
one more if you don't mind.
Well, let me go ahead and get these other
Okay.
two and we'll come back to you.
That's
Just
fine.
hold it.
That's
Okay,
fine.
Miss Key.
I defer my time to Ms. Mitchell.
Ms. Mitchell. No, then hold on, Ms. Childs
I
Jeter.
saw Ms. Jeter, yeah.
When you talk about a full-time code enforcer, that wasn't what I was looking for, but that would be great. I talked about a dedicated person to do that job. So it could be a full-time of a person that just is going to do code enforcement. It may not require 8 hours a day, but then that's determined by, not by us, it's determined by the manager.
So with that being said, Ms. Powdrill wanted to respond to that. Go ahead, Ms. Powdrill.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm just going to say, yeah, we need to do an assessment. I think everybody here believes that there is a lot of work that needs to be done around this issue. And so we want to be careful about how we do it, making sure that there is enough work for that person to do and make an assessment of a full-time or part-time. But at this time, I believe, I agree with Councilwoman Charles Jeter that it looks like a part-time position.
Thank you. Ms. Mitchell?
Yes, so, Ms. Pope, when we talked earlier, and I was trying to understand the impact that having to calculate the fringes on that high range, what did that do to our bottom line? And when we did have some money, did we have to adjust something somewhere else, to do, 30-some% over that high range seems to would have technically taken us out of budget. Could you explain that?
Well, it didn't take it did increase our overall appropriations, but it didn't take us out of line because our carry forward balance that we're expected to bring into the new year is so much higher than we estimated, that the amount that the increased amounts caused is not taking us out of range of being able to submit the budget down there balanced.
All right, thank you.
If I said that correctly.
I got you. Thank you.
Any more questions? Yes, Ms. Baber.
Off of mute.
Thank you. I was wondering, the solicitor, why are we adding money to him?
That was a request from council members.
So will he be doing something different?
I think it was to be prepared.
But not only was you adding to his salary, you was also adding to when we calling for additional questions or whatever, correct?
Additional what?
When he make when we make phone calls,
Extraordinary charges. No.
Uh-huh. So what was that other money for? It was some more money for legal. Excuse me? For the legal. I mean, it was 5,000 for legal, and when is something else?
I think you were talking about contingencies, and his salary his services does not come out of contingencies. But the $5,000 extra will be a portion of that extraordinary fees, because his annual fee amount has not changed. The extraordinary fees will be increased by $5,000.
Okay, and then the contingencies is for what?
The contingency is for the village's emergency. It was originally, we put an amount in there for our legal suits that we had. So that amount now is for any type of emergencies. It could be a capital emergency. It could be a legal emergency. Hopefully we don't have any more lawsuits out there.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Ms. Mitchell and then Ms. Powdrell.
So Ms. Pope, why are we putting contingencies, since it's for overall village, under legal? Couldn't that be a line item by itself?
When I put it there, it had legal / contingencies, because at the year before we had used that line for legal situations, but this year we budgeted for any type of emergencies. So the line item is not called legal contingencies, it's just called contingencies. We use the money in 2018 to pay legal suits.
Okay, and so where's contingencies listed on the appropriation? Because
it's under your general fund. I think it's 101.1905230. It's right up under where we pay Mr. Desai, and his is legal. So his is 101.180.5230.
On page 8.
Okay. Ms. Powdrell, she had a question.
It wasn't a question, it was just also a comment to that contingency. Keep in mind, you guys are asked to figure out those 110 properties. So there's going to be some legal real estate work associated with that, as well as the trying to get to look into the easement as well. So that is kind of baked into that number
Mhm.
It should be increased, I would think.
And I don't know what that is.
But we can always, in the finance committee, we can always amend it, the appropriation later if that were to happen.
Or an economic
Transfer.
development, because that's what I was thinking of. Our work that's going to be done in 2021 may require some additional financial resources for the work that we need to do. So having that cushion and having that balance would be great. That's something we even talked about before with the projects that we have that we've been discussing. Are we rolling over any funds that we can have those projects completed, or are we depleting all of our resources every year and not ever creating what I would call a hedge fund to hold funds in so we can complete some of these projects that we've been working on for quite a while. So, yeah.
Okay. Ms. Pope, did you want to add anything before we move on?
I will say under legal, this report that I gave you was as of, let's say, 11:30, but not the appropriation report, but this one with the extended spreadsheet. But I did make a payment for Mr. Decide this month. And so he's looking to be actually at 90,000.
Okay.
What does that mean? You mean he's
Payments
requesting
to
a raise?
No,
A pay-
payments to him for 2020.
Oh, okay. So are we
The
good with
total
that?
amount paid to him would be 90,000. I just sent him a check for 20.
Because of all those extraordinary
Well, it
fees
was
throughout
for
the
a
year.
period of 3 months also.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was a couple of months. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Make
wait a
sure
minute.
you let them know it's a couple of months so they don't think he billed them $20,000 at one time. It was for 3 months. Sounds like more than 3.
So, no, it was for 3 months, but then he may be over that once we get December's bill.
Okay. So we're gonna move.
Motion to
So we can't go back and increase that appropriation unless you want me to increase it tonight.
We
On
can amend
page,
it.
I would say amended in January's meeting.
yeah,
All right.
but that
There you
was,
go, Ms.
that payment was for 3 months.
Okay.
Is that us or him billing us late?
It was him billing us late. Remember when we talked about it and I kept sending you guys August and you said, this is still the same report. So when I talked to his firm, he had to do the billing. And so he sent us three bills. Was it last week, Ms. Powdrill? It was 3 bills last week
Okay.
for September, October, and November. So we still have to get December's bill. So he's probably going to be right at 100, if not.
Ms. Key? You
Motion
ready?
No, he won't be at 100, but he'll be right under 100.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second,
It's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 7 aye votes. The motion passed.
No, that was just to suspend the rules, correct?
Yeah.
That wasn't
that
for
was-
passage.
Now
That
it's
motion
passed.
passed.
It was,
That was suspend the rules. We're about to do the one for passage.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying.
Motion
Yes,
to
ma'am.
receive for passage.
Second.
Second,
It's been moved in second for passage of resolution 2020 R46. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
No.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes, 1 no. The motion passes.
Motion to accept the emergency clause.
Second.
It's been moved in second for the emergency clause of resolution 2020 R46. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
No.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes, 1 no. The motion passed.
Miscellaneous business? No miscellaneous business? I would say I'm glad that the resolution 2020 R46 passed because that is the budget. And we have to get this information down to Hamilton County, which Ms. Pope had already informed us during committee of the whole that she would be getting that once it's signed, electronically sent. And Vice Mayor Stinson asked her to list it, so it would come back to make sure that the budget information has been sent. Yes, Ms. Childs Jeter.
Mayor I would sincerely hope that we would start thinking different for 2021 and that this budget is done before the second meeting in December. This, to me, doesn't make sense to wait till the last minute to do this. This is what the village runs off of. So, just put it out there to you.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Ms. Childs Jeter, because that brings to me something I've been wanting to say, and that the residents have actually expressed on how long our meetings are taking. So when we take long, have our committee meetings and they last long, sometimes we need to look at time management and how long we discuss items, because like you said, if we would have discussed them a while, months back, we probably would have done this budget completed before Thanksgiving. So thank you for that.
We do this every
Ms.
year.
Pope. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Ms.
I have to say a correction. The correction and the bill for Mr. Desai has only been 72,119.58 for this year. And I'm just waiting on December's, and usually December's is probably going to be about $6,000. So it's only going to be like 78,000. I had to make that correction, so I don't scare you guys to death.
So he's
thank
coming
you so
under
much.
budget. He's coming under budget. Okay.
Yeah, according to the 80,000 that we had budgeted for him, yes. So
Okay.
those last 3 bills, it was 3 bills, and it did total 72,119.58 for the year so far. And I'm just waiting on one more bill. I just wanted to make that correction.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hands flying. Yes, Ms. Powdrill, and then Vice.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd just like for the council to hold me accountable and the administration for working with the Finance Committee to try to get this wrapped up before we get to this time of the year. I know everybody wants to enjoy the holiday. So I'm going to make myself accountable and partner with Councilwoman Mitchell to try to bring this to you.
Thank you.
In a reasonable
Thank
amount
you.
of time. So I'll take full responsibility for that.
Vice Mayor Stinson.
Okay, I had another suggestion that would help move things along so that we don't have lengthy meetings. Every committee has somebody in administration that they could partner with. For instance, Ms. Charles Jeters usually is in contact with Amos and the sheriff department. That's where she gets her reports. She talks to them before her meetings. I know she does. Maybe if we did that, each committee went to their respectful person. Like I'm thinking Miss Key, she's economic development. She need to be talking with Miss Powdrell a lot. So go before the meeting. So the questions are minimum to people that have not sat around and know what's going on. So I'm again asked that maybe like, and with finance, the finance director and Ms. Mitchell get together before the meeting so that questions can be told to us and not just us have questions. That's just my suggestion. Everybody takes a buddy administrator and work with your buddy administrator. Miss Baber, she's gonna have to work with people in Recreation Commission so that we could all work together on that. It's somebody else that you gotta be working with in order to get your committee going. You gotta get information from somewhere.
Yeah, and that's
That's my
also gonna,
suggestion.
exactly, and that's gonna help with those goals, because if not, we continue to talk about the same things we were talking about 3-4 years ago, and that just goes to show that we need to partner with people to get the information that we need for those committees to work. Yes, Ms. Mitchell.
So in my conversation with Ms. Powdrell, one of my concerns has always been at the time that I get the report. So if I can't get the report before Friday, I need enough time to do it. There's not enough time for me and Ms. Pope to always converse. But in talking with Ms. Powdrell has suggested and indicated that she will try to make sure that the report is given to me even sooner than when I'm asking for it. So I think that everybody needs to understand that it's about timeliness of getting a report in order to go over it, prepare your questions, and then talk to the individual. So I think that conversation that I had with Ms. Powdrell will help solve that, as long as I get it in a timely fashion.
Ms. Mitchell, I think also when we do our parliamentary training in the next month, I think it's going to help us all to grow even more in each one of our committees that we're in. I don't hold a committee, but I'm just there to assist and help get the resources that you all need to make you better at what you do. So I agree. And I just know that once we get our this additional training with the retreat, it's going to make all of our jobs easier and better for the information that we'll be able to give out to our residents. Ms. Powdrell and then Ms. Key.
So I just want to just kind of echo what you all are saying, and thank you, Vice Mayor, for pointing that out. The overall, the global strategy for 2021 includes all of you in this process, because I cannot do what needs to be done by myself. And some of what the goals are going to overlap. And so I am going to hope to use you, internal staff, and outside stakeholders. For example, maybe part of my stakeholder team includes a GE, or includes the Port Authority, includes the residents of Lincoln Heights. But it's going to take all of us working together to try to attack some of the goals that we want to see in Lincoln Heights. And that means that there may be initiatives in 2021 that we talk about and implement in 2022, or we get so far along we implement in 2021. So it's the idea of seeing us make progress towards what we've been talking about, wanting to do, even back to the legal piece of it. That's part of the strategy going forward, is to answer some of those questions that each year we've been talking about. Well, what about? Now that becomes part of our work in 2021, is to be able to answer those questions so we can move to the next level. So thank you for everybody, your support on this.
Okay, is that Ms. Key?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. You mentioned the parliamentary procedures retreat. Had you already selected a date? Did I miss it?
No, I haven't picked
Okay.
the date because I want to be able to make sure that the speakers they're going to be working with us are going to be available. So I would like if you all could send some dates, check your schedules. It's going to be on a Saturday, that I do know. I'm thinking maybe either the third or fourth week of January, if not that first Saturday in February. But I should be able to get it all summed up by next week and let you all know what it looks like. I do know we're going to have someone speak on social media, and we're going to talk about Robert's Rules of Order along with our rules of council. And then anything else that you all would like to see us discuss, just send me an email, Clerk of Council, Ms. Powdrow, if there's something that you would like to see in that meeting as well, you're welcome to. I know we could use some finance, financial planning, some real estate planning, but yeah. I'm hoping that I think the meeting should only last 2 hours, maybe under 2 hours. They're not going to be all drawn out talking, but it's going to be where we're engaging, having conversation with whomever that is going to be working and talking with us.
Mayor, this is going to be virtual, right?
Yes,
Okay.
most
And
definitely.
We'll have the booklets or whatever to get beforehand.
Yes, already you have your the Sunshine Book, that's one. And so the Robert Rules of Order is going to be ordered, and we can get those all to y'all before. You'll have all that information along with the agenda, note, things that make notes and everything will be given out as well.
And
Ms.
Mr.
Jeter.
Desai did, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I was gonna say Mr. Desai did send a link for the charter and the legislation. I forget what it was, but it had the charter in there, so he sent that link.
Council.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Charles Jeter.
Well, I just want to thank Ms. Pope for what she's done since she's been at the Village of Lincoln Heights. You know, we tend to come down on Ms. Pope for different things, and it's not always her fault. When you're pointing at her, you need to point back at yourself, and let's just stop some of this stuff. And also in the future, I hope that we use the tools that are in our toolbox to move forward in any meeting that we're in. We can make a motion to move on to the next thing on the agenda. And if it's second and everybody's okay with it, we can stop some of this. You don't need to spend 3 hours in anyone's meeting. You lose a person off after an hour. They're doing other things. And I think you all can attest to that your mind just simply tune out, until the next thing, and then you may answer whatever, or ask a question about whatever it is. But we spend too much time on the same thing. So remember those tools in your toolbox. Thank you.
Right.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, is there anything else?
I would like to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate all the comments and all the concerns and our goals and everything. But as a staff, I will also hope to ask that when the staff is asked for something, that we get that same amount of time to gather information or provide the information that you guys need in order for your meetings to go smoothly. And also, if we can figure out a way how to stick to the agenda items, because sometimes what I've noticed is, even though I give you a schedule, like say for the budget schedule. We started that back in September. But we talked about so many different things when we kind of strayed away from the budget, the agenda items, that sometimes those meetings just take too long. So I think my goal is to get Ms. Mitchell and Ms. Powell everything they need in ample time. But I want to have the agendas. If you have some items on there that I need to gather, I would like those also, and enough time for me to gather all of that information. And I'm speaking for me and Miss Lisa. So if we can get that same amount of energy in getting our things, so we don't make your meetings longer. I don't want to make your meetings longer.
I think the residents will appreciate that too, because,
Yeah.
and we need to respect the fact that you guys, all of us, some are retired and some aren't, and that makes a long day. Vice Mayor, she's up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and this is pushing it at 8:30. She already was sleepy. I was sleepy too. But yeah, I think we need to be more respectful of each other's time along with our residents, because the information that we want to give the residents is very important, and it's in educating our residents and empowering them for them to see what we're actually doing. They voted for us to do a job, and we're all of us have talents. Every last one of the council members, our staff, our administrative department. So that's what we're going to do, but we don't want to take their time. We want to give them the information so they can rest at night knowing that we're doing a good job. That's all I have. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So move.
Second.
Is there a second? It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I know there's no nays. Happy
Before-
New Year, everyone.
Before we leave,
That's less than an
Mayor,
hour.
Ma'am.
I wanted to ask Ms. Mitchell if she would give us the Kwanzaa word for the day and the meaning.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just real
Oh,
quick.
okay, yes.
I know yes.
Yeah.
So every day you want to say Habari Gani, that means what's the good news? And the good news for today is Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Cooperative economics. And tomorrow it is Ujima. And Ujima is the collective work and responsibility. So, all right.
Thank you. I
So
think
make
we've
sure you
we've
light
done
a
that.
candle every day. Light a candle every day, even if it's not black, red, or green.
I think we've
That
shown
line
that
burn.
today. I think we've shown
Yeah.
that today.
Ms. Powder, we want to thank you and the staff for setting up the holiday,
Yeah.
Lincoln Heights holiday party.
Jam
It
session.
was wonderful. And for our residents that's watching, hey, you can play it over and over on YouTube while you cooking, cleaning your house. It is, or if you're exercising, it will give you a full workout, and it will bring back memories with a lot of the music, and also featuring your favorite council members. So thank you, Ms. Powdrow, for that. Yes,
night,
Vice
friends.
Mayor.
No, I was just saying good night.
Oh, that was our cue to good night. We already did our motion adjourn.
Mhm.
Good night. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.